sure it's running fine.
I'm back.
If I disappear just now, I went to go just make a hot dog or something, and then I'll be back
Hot
within,
dog.
the next 2 minutes.
Okay.
Just start. If like I disappear in the middle of a conversation, just know that's why. Because I need food.
But I was starting to do with the live event things you told me about. It seems to work better for the thumbnails and shit. And
Yeah, it's 100 times better. On top of that, like what is it? Like the tagging makes it to where your stuff is picked up faster.
cool.
Like it'll read it better as a video afterwards, so like people are more like inclined to watch it afterwards.
That's why I always make my thumbnails look kind of flashy whenever I live stream stuff. Because I know for a fact that the live stream archives don't get as much views as, the actual live stream.
Yeah.
Well, it just depends on like what is it? How you do
Very
it.
true, very true. Like if you're live streaming on a Sonic channel, let's say you're on a Sonic channel and you start live streaming The Walking Dead, for example, it's gonna catch a lot of people off guard. Like, wait,
And they'll be hesitant to come in, and then like
it's like, wait, what the fuck is this guy doing? What the fuck is this Tails channel doing playing The Walking Dead? What? But yeah, it's just always nice to make your thumbnails really flashy.
I got really upset the other day because I was streaming FF7 and like
Yeah, I saw that. I
like
thought it was pretty cool.
my internet cut out and I was about to cry.
Oh no.
And then I got to the part where I mean it's kind of good because I got to the part where you got to jump on the swinging thing.
I know
And
you hated it.
I hate it. I'm not the only person who hates it.
Fucking hell.
There's a strategy guide on how to exactly do it.
See-
Just for that part.
See, that's really weird because I never had a problem with it.
Oh man, I had a problem with it the first time I played, especially. Like this is like the third time I'm playing through 7. The first time I played it all the way through. Second time I didn't really get to the end because I was playing it on my PSP. That's when I got like my PSP and I started just jailbreaking it and pirating every game on the planet that I could.
Are we talking about Final Fantasy VII, right?
Yeah.
I played that. I think it was. Oh, fuck. I think it was maybe like 4 years ago, and I didn't even make it past a certain scene involving Aerith.
Oh, you didn't play on past the death.
No,
so-
I didn't. I didn't make it to there.
So you didn't try?
As far as I got was recruiting Sid. That's about it.
Oh crap! All right, now I'm trying to get to Uta so I can go ahead and get Yuffie in my party.
Oh, okay.
I always like that way you just keep looking at her so you don't get all your materials stolen. That was always fun.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's streaming now. Awesome.
Cool.
Ooh, that is actually a really nice overlay. I like it.
Oh, thanks, man.
This man Steven got the overlay game strong.
I'm trying to figure out. Come on, I want to get to the fucking video. Paste.
I'm gonna actually go ahead and share this up with my server. Why not?
Sure. I'm trying to tweet it where it doesn't. It's been saying funny things every time I try and tweet it. Every time I try and tweet it, it's like it's saying Sonic 2 live stream marathon, and then it's saying drawing, and I'm like, what?
When you do the lab events, it fixes that. Because
No,
before you.
but
were
I
using
just did the live event, and it still did it.
What?
Like here's the thing, Sharik. When he shares it, it has something else. But when I
Every
get
time.
the exact same link, it's good.
That's weird. I'm actually confused. Oh no. Wait. Settings. Where's it going? Recording directory. Browse. Yeah, it should be in. Oh crap! It's being put in there.
Oh shit, my name's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Oh heck, there's Mega's name.
Oh, yay.
Aw hail.
My
hell,
So is everyone else's.
My day's starting to turn around.
Hey, my name's on something.
Yay! You know what I said when I shouldn't even be making jokes about it. But do you know what I said when I got out of the car?
Fuck.
Say why?
I was like, "You fucking bastard!
Hey,
Bastard!
Aaron Nova, welcome to
Bastard!
the stream,
The
Aaron
fucking
Nova.
You did my thing.
bastard!"
I mean, that would be the first thing I say when I get into a car crash. It's like, oh fuck, why?
Why,
what's
God? Why?
Yeah, but what's more?
I'm not going to go into details on how mine would go. it wouldn't be just a that. It would also be
You just go and
Yeah.
grab your boomtails doll and tell the police it was its fault.
You see this plush right here? This dude doesn't know how to fly a plane.
he crashed a plane. I thought maybe he would know how to drive stick.
Sir,
And
that is a plush.
But
no, listen. Just hear me out, officer. Hear me out.
the thing is the fact that no one else was involved in the crash. It's,
Not really.
You went off the road, I'm
That's
assuming, or
probably
something
the
like that.
better.
well,
Yeah.
He drove into
There's
a house.
luckily there's a barrier, but the thing is the barrier causes more damage than if I would have continued on. So I'm like, I'm like looking at the bath. That's what I was saying, you fucking bastard too.
Mega. Well, luckily you didn't flip over.
But the
Yeah.
thing,
I mean-
You didn't flip over.
sir,
I've
it's
seen some pretty chaotic things happen because of car flips.
Yeah, like
It's not as
there's no-
radical or extreme as it sounds. Trust me.
What? So when you flip
Like,
over, you don't just suddenly think to yourself, skills.
Hold on.
300 points. You survived.
I have to point out your brilliance. But wait, you put memories, and you just put a memory chip.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
That is beautiful.
I think I know, Shattuck. I blame you for the crash
Why? Why do you blame me?
because I was like thinking, as I was driving, I was like, Shattuck, fucking bastard, didn't make me a mod, fucking bastard, and then I crashed.
It was
You
beautiful.
distracted me.
Zealous, you want to be a mod on my stream?
Yeah, the thing
No,
is,
I said it was Zealous, not Mega.
oh, what? You mean? Wait! I even reminded Shattuck that the Avatar wasn't a mod, and I was like saying, well, if
Oh, that is
Avatar
a-
isn't a mod, then I'm fine with it.
Very small delay.
And then Shattuck went, oh, I forgot to do Avatar, and then just forget me.
It reminds me. I need to
Yeah.
music.
Mega, you don't get to become a mod yet. You gotta make a dank meme on my channel, dude.
Sure, Laura.
I mean,
Channel rules. You gotta meme before you dream.
I've turned Avatar into a meme already. It's okay.
Oh, well, yeah, that happens on a daily basis on my server, so I'm used to it. Hey.
Eee.
All right. So
Eee.
we just wait and just a little bit longer to see if this starts kind of filling up
oh look,
before.
drawing stuff, request time.
I mean, we got 5
Yeah, I
people
know, it's
watching at
crazy.
the moment. I'd say that's an accomplishment for 87 subs, to be honest.
Hmm?
Very true.
I got 12 the other day.
Oh, well, that's good.
Hey.
When I started live streaming, I think that was when around I had like 50, 89 subs around that mark. I would usually only get about maybe like 4, 6 people at most.
Cool.
Nowadays, nowadays they won't leave.
Oh, I've heard.
Even after the stream is over, they kind of just stand there and watch. It's like, is he coming back? I'm like, no, I left. Bye.
Well, since you've subscribed to me now, Ozzy, I have to do a drawing for you now, because my rule is 1 sub, 1 draw.
Oh my goodness. Oh, a free drawing. Oh, you shouldn't, but you totally should.
This is where all the Crash Bandicoot stuff keeps coming from.
Say what?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think you saw those.
What?
Put that up real quick in the chat, Steve,
Okay.
or send it to him privately or something.
Ooh,
I think
oh
he
my
would
god.
like that.
Gotta find it now. I'll put it somewhere.
Uh oh. I mean, it's in our box. Surprise.
Oh, I know that. It's just that I put it in a different file when I did when I do the Crash.
Oh, you know what? I'll do the code.
Ah, there we go. Found it.
I'll send that.
There is some crazy shit going on outside. I don't know what is going on.
Death.
Like in the house, like outside your room. or
Outside the house, I don't know what the hell it is. It's
Oh.
like, it sounds like a weed whacker.
Oh. You got
Hey
you.
guys, it's Thursday. We got some hot shit news. A YouTuber called Arzi, he had a drive-by past his house. He said some stuff in his stream, and then bam, he was dead the next second.
Gosh.
Oh my.
Oh no.
Yet somehow RZ is still here to talk about it. Oh!
But incredible.
That's actually-
Hot shit, dude. He survived. Yes, you heard this right. He survived.
Yeah, that's...
And then he said, "You fucking bastard! You bastards, man! You bastards! Fucking bastard! Those drive-by bastards! I tell you, I don't know what's wrong. I feel so depressed. I don't know what. Shadik, can
That's
I?
me, that's me on a daily basis, man. You're good. You're good.
I don't. I know. I'm normally never this depressed. Oh, Shadik, can I please join your crippling depression club?
Yeah, dude. By the way, Mega, I made you a mod.
Come here and sit in the corner with the bench.
Hang on, Shadik, what'd you say?
I made you a mod yesterday after the stream, right? What the? I did it after the stream was over.
Why'd you only do stuff when I'm already depressed?
To cheer you up.
Why do you only fuck me when I'm depressed?
Mega's the opposite. You
when I'm happy.
compliment him and he gets depressed. You insult him and he's like, "Oh, thank you."
I
You
mean,
call me ugly? Thank you, dude. Call me beautiful. Why you call me beautiful, man?
Fucking bastard.
Well, we shall start now since we've got a good audience and some other stuff.
Yeah, we got 4 people watching. Heck yeah.
yeah. So let's start. How about you guys all buy icons off me for $4? It's very cheap. Much cheaper than Shadik's. Go to hell, Shadik.
Wait, you said $40?
I do it for free.
$4. I'll have to think about that. Wallet, what do you say? I'm empty, you son of a bitch.
So, welcome to Conversation Arcade. I know we've started very casually today, but this is episode 3 on the 26th of March 2017. And today's topic that we will start off the conversation is memories. In fact, the memories are, what are your earliest or most vivid memories of video games, getting them, playing them, or whatever?
Well, to start off, I guess I'll go first. Initially, I don't have many memories with video games as a kid because, my memory's just really foggy. I don't tend to remember much. But what I do remember, though, is Christmas of 2002 when I looked into the Christmas tree and there was a specifically very oddly shaped box. It was, how when you get a Christmas gift, usually it's not box shaped. It's like an oval or whatnot. It's not exactly like perfectly square. So I look into the Christmas tree and I see a very suspicious looking box. I'm like, wait, this ain't right. I open up the box and it was a GameCube, and the first game that my dad got me was, I believe it was Super Mario Sunshine that came in paired with it. And that was initially my first 3D Mario game. It was after Sunshine that I tried 64 and got myself an N64 and whatnot. But I had a lot of fond memories with Super Mario Sunshine, so going back to it, you know, for live stream purposes a while back, was really nice. It made the game feel a lot more dated than I thought it would, and the graphics definitely have held up to say the least. But yeah, overall, that's my experience and my beginning with video games. So, yeah.
I'll go next since I guess this is the first time I'll be going anywhere near second or first. My first like video game memory specifically has to be when I was younger. I was about 3 or 4, and this is when I actually attained my first console. I was at my cousin's house, and he had everything from an NES up to at that time he had a PlayStation 1, and then he eventually got a PS2. But the first game I ever played was the original Super Mario Brothers, which coming from an 18-year-old in 2017, you're just like, how, man? It's just like, well, my cousin had it. And after that, it had to be like Aladdin, I think. Yeah, it had to be Aladdin and the Lion King, if any of you remember that. So
the Virgin games.
Those were my like, huh?
The Virgin games.
Yeah, basically. And those were like the first games I had played. But my most vivid memory it's kind of the same as yours, but I got my GameCube for my birthday actually.
Oh, okay.
Because my birthday's right after Christmas anyways. It's January the 8th. And I got Sonic Mega Collection and Spider-Man 2.
Ooh, Spider-Man 2, great game.
I'll hold my tongue on that until you finish talking, actually.
But like Sonic Mega Collection, because my first Sonic game I ever played was Sonic and Knuckles. So when I got that, like my mind was blown. Like I was 5 years old at the time, I think, and I was just like, I can play Sonic and Knuckles. I don't gotta go to my cousin's house. And then I realized there were more Sonic games than Sonic and Knuckles, and I think that's the day I actually became a Sonic fan, because at that time, like, I started playing through, Sonic 3, eventually I didn't know, like, until after I beat Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 3 in the same day, that it became Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because that's what you had to do on Mega Collection.
Yeah.
And I was just like, there's Sonic 3 and Knuckles? Oh, what's this? And then my GameCube shut off, so I never got to beat it until like later in my life, because like I didn't have a memory card. Like I beat Spider-Man 2 without a memory card, surprisingly.
I know that feels so badly. It's the fact that back as a kid, sometimes you had to struggle with your consoles and whatnot. If you were to forget your memory card, or if your parents were really stingy and just only bought the console and not a memory card.
Yeah, I know. And like up until like I was like up until like later, until I got like Sonic Heroes the next year later, like did I actually realize like memory cards, like where to get them and how to buy them and stuff. Like I got an SADX. I beat all of SADX without one. I didn't get SA2 until after I got Sonic Heroes, but that the GameCube made me a Nintendo console made me a Sonic fan.
Same. It was the same case with me, because like you, Mega Collection was also my first Sonic game, and the first game I played was Sonic 2, which introduced me to Tails and whatnot, and I was just like, I love this character so much.
So kawaii.
But yeah, it's just like you, my first Sonic game was also Mega Collection, so yeah.
We're brothers.
Heck yeah, man.
You want to go Mega?
I'd rather be last since it's a complicated story. Also, I also have the Mega Collection, just as it happens.
Ooh, I actually had to rebuy my Mega Collection because I lost my initial copy. But go ahead.
I just got it because it said the word Mega on it. That's
It had my name on it, man. How was I not gonna get it?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Shattuck, if you saw the game Sonic 06, it said Sonic Shadow 06, then you'd buy it. You'd like it. You'd love it.
Oh, what is the second round?
I would. I guess. Steve, do you want to go?
No, you can go first if you want.
All right. For me, I kind of have very when it comes to memories and really what got me into indie and stuff like that. When I was about 3, I would say 2 really, but I'm just gonna more focus on 3 because I remember it more better, right? We already had a Genesis at this point, right? And I remember getting the Genesis due to Sonic Tuesday and whatnot. But with that, you also got Sonic 2 with that. But then my dad also wanted to get Sonic 1 as well, right? And so that's kind of where it started. But I didn't really play it until I was about 3. And I tried Sonic 1 first, and I wasn't really getting into the controls and whatnot, right? It was difficult for me, and the steering and everything was just really tough. But then I wanted to give the other game a try. But I noticed something about the cartridge and the box itself. It had this Fox character. Now, as a kid, I loved the Disney movie Fox and the Hound. I loved Robin Hood, Disney's Robin Hood and stuff. So foxes were like really, I loved them. I still do, obviously, but this is where it all kind of really came together. And so I saw this fox character, and he just looked awesome, right? So I'm gonna play this, and so I put it in, and I'm playing it. And if it wasn't for Tails being in that game, I probably would have never had the drive into, going more into the Sonic. I will say also, it's not really game oriented, but what also really solidified me as a Sonic fan would be the Saturday morning cartoon of Sonic, Sonic the Hedgehog or Saturday. But I won't go into details on that. And then when I was 4, my dad got me a a DOS computer, right? And this is where I started kind of having a bit more variation in games, right? I had two games that I played a crap ton of at the time, and then a third one came in. But the first one was a top-down shooter. It was called a Raptor Call of the Shadows. And then on top of that, the other one was Jazz Jackrabbit, right? And those were like my really first getting into PC gaming, right? And I just kind of fell in love with it really quickly. But the third game that I got, which kind of was a mess up on my dad's part, he thought it was something informational, a learning game, in a way, or a documentary kind of thing. And that was XCOM UFO Defense.
Oh my god.
I was 4. I was 4.
So he got into XCOM early.
Yeah, I got into XCOM really early, and I pushed my. I guess in a way, if it wasn't for Sonic 2, I wouldn't have had the drive to continue playing things and get better at gaming. I didn't really look at manuals or anything. All the things with XCOM I learned on my own at 4, and so that's a very, very complex game on its own. In terms of moments, I remember I came home from preschool, right? And I'm playing this. I got so mad at one point because I was in this one mission and I lost everyone, and I was so far into the game, and I was rooting on my squad guys, and they were doing all cool and just surviving and kicking the aliens' ass left and right. And I lost them all in one go. One of my soldiers, he just couldn't take the war anymore, and went just completely berserk and just started killing his team, and then in the end ended himself. And my mouth just like dropped, and I'm like, I didn't touch my computer for like 2 weeks. But where I really got into like full-on gaming outside of the Genesis and my DOS computer was when my dad got the PlayStation for his birthday around December time, and I instantly fell in love with Crash Bandicoot. That was because we had the demo disc first before we actually got.
I gotta say something about Crash Bandicoot. As a kid, I really did like. I appreciate the game a lot more. Now since I'm older, but like as a kid, I really did not like Crash Bandicoot because like I grew up with Sonic, so I looked at Crash Bandicoot as a bootleg Sonic. Until I played Crash Team Racing. I did not like Crash Bandicoot at all. Like, I hated it.
Crash Bandicoot's development name for the game was Sonic's Ass Game.
Yeah, I know, that was beautiful.
But yeah, so I fell in love with Crash, I fell in love with Spyro, and I fell in love with Croc.
That's a classic.
These
Croc,
three,
I remember playing that.
These three games I would love to see come back to their glory days. I have a lot of high hopes when it comes to the whole remaster thing that they're doing for Crash. I would love to see that happen for Spyro. Go back to what Spyro was, not this. Nothing against Skylanders.
Skylanders is just.
I don't think Spyro needs to be there. In my opinion, it's not about that anymore, right? But outside of that, I would love to see these come back. These are the 3 games that I grew up with, and I poured my heart and just so many hours, and just coming home from school playing. I mean, I to this day I still play Crash. I mean, obviously, me and Steven both we both love Crash. So, yeah, and that was kind of the big part. And then when I got the Dreamcast, that was kind of that was the for me that was the last good game console, was the Dreamcast. While I had fun playing my PlayStation 2, I have a lot of great moments with PlayStation 2, more so with the game Shadow Colossus than anything else. It wasn't the same. The feeling of the Dreamcast and what it could do, and just the interactiveness and the link between player and console, right, was just so great. And when my dad got rid of it during a yard sale right before we were moving back to the States, because we were in Germany at the time. We were trying to get a little bit more money to have, right? We were doing a yard sale, and someone wanted the Dreamcast. At first, my dad wasn't going to do it, but they offered a lot for it, and so he just did it. And then, just 2 days later, he bought a PlayStation 2.
Cool. Oh boy.
I got a PlayStation 2 relatively late, bro.
I was so upset, because it was right when the PS2 was like new. Just a couple weeks had just been out, right? And my dad got that, and I'm like, "You traitor! How dare you take away my Dreamcast for this thing?" Because I wasn't the whole thing about the PS2. I don't mind it, but definitely at launch and when it was getting closer to launch, I didn't want anything to do with it. I love my Dreamcast, and when I came across this one article, I was like, and it was saying that it was kind of like rumored to not actually have the online at launch like they said it was gonna be. That didn't sit well with me, because I had my Dreamcast and I could freaking play. I was, playing Phantasy Star and shit. at that point, right? So I was gaming I was online and stuff all the way. So to find out that that's not going to have it, and my dad was already talking about getting the PS2, you know, 'cause he wanted to see what games when Resident Evil side. He was like, oh, I can't wait for the new Resident Evil game.
Which
Oh
Which
no,
didn't
the
happen.
PS2
Which
version.
didn't-
Oh no.
No, which it didn't really happen until later on, because at first, you just, Resident Evil just moved over to the GameCube. Right?
Yeah, it was the better version.
And there was but in general, like, my dad just felt, like, betrayed. Because that was, like, the only franchise that he truly liked out of gaming. Like, he just fell in love with Resident Evil. That and Silent Hill and
I'll say this right now: the GameCube and PS2 eras were a golden year for the Resident Evil franchise.
Yeah.
They were putting out a lot of games for the Resident Evil wise during those years.
But yeah, so in general, I mean, all those stuff all combined, and just my love for. I always had it as a kid. I loved just these games, the way they look visually, not just gameplay wise, but just on a visual standpoint. Because back when I was a kid, there was just so much variety, just so much variety. You know, one game doesn't look like the other. You know, Crash had its own style, then Spyro had its own thing, Croc had its own thing, Sonic had its own thing, Echo the Dolphin had its own thing. You know, they all were very different from one another. And so that all, like, really is what kind of got me into wanting to be a game developer. Because it came to my mind, it's like, someone has to be making these awesome games that I'm loving and I'm having so much fun with.
Nah, bro, it's just magic.
It's not like the console is just making it for me to enjoy. No. I you know, okay, granted, yes, as young I kind of felt that way, but as I got older, I was like, no, someone has to be making this stuff.
I agree with you on the thing. Before you go on the, like, looking at stuff visually as a kid, like especially like as a kid when I looked at like Final Fantasy games and any kind of like Nintendo game, like they popped. There was something about them, because admittedly Nintendo somehow makes their games to last the test of time visually. Same thing with
they do.
Square Enix in terms of everything PS2. Post PS2, and I remember especially when the PS3 was first getting announced, and we got gameplay of Final Fantasy.
The 7 tech demo.
I remember specifically because at this point, you know, I wasn't like super into the gaming news realm on like the Square Enix side and stuff. I just played Square games. Like, I would buy Kingdom Hearts, I would play a Final Fantasy game, you know, because I would buy them for my DS or Game Boy. But like when I saw like Final Fantasy 13 and Versus 13, those were the first games to make me like say like look at the graphics. Those were the like
Versus
very
13 now 15?
Yeah.
Yes, now 15, but at the time it was Versus 13.
Yeah.
And visually, those were the most. Visually, that was the most appealing thing I had ever seen in my life as far as video games go. Like, I was just like, a video game can look like this, you know. And no matter how trash, like 13 wound up being, like, that game is a pretty game. That's one of the most beautiful games I've ever played in my life.
I had similar feelings when I first saw like the footage of Uncharted 3. It was like, oh my god, this looks really good. And even Last of Us, it was like, when it was like on that first trailer and everyone watched it and then it ended, it's just like, all running on PS3 system.
Like, dang. This is a PS3? A game console? Hello?
Because, I mean, the thing with consoles is that while PCs will always be better just because, you know, that you can upgrade them and whatnot.
Well, that hasn't always been true.
Yeah, very true. That hasn't always been true. but nowadays the PC games will always be better graphically speaking because you can customize it however you want and whatnot. But consoles are slowly getting there. They're slowly getting there, and honestly, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel more comfortable playing, say, a platformer on a console than on a PC.
Oh yeah, like that's how I feel about my JRPGs.
Like when it comes to when it comes to shooters, right? PC all the way. But like platformers and whatnot, I'll stick to my consoles for that.
For me, I'm just kind of, me and consoles have just kind of started to just drift away completely. It was after I lost my Dreamcast, I just kind of lost interest. I mean, yeah, I love my PS2 for certain games I played, but after that, all the consoles.
His life was never the same again.
It's not the same. It's not
My
the
life has been a lie.
I will say though, when I had my GameCube, that was probably my other moment where I did enjoy a console, especially with a select, like with a pocket of games that I had. Probably the first iteration of the Medal of Honor games that I played was on GameCube, and that was Medal of Honor Rising Sun, and that game just blew my mind. Right. I remember I was playing it in the car while I would do it while my dad would be going off to do his technician jobs, and so I'd come with him because we'd be literally going across states, and I'd just go along for the ride, and so I'd just be playing, the GameCube in the car all the way, on the way to where we were going. So I remember I beat that game in a car. So, that's something. But the other game that I really, really fell in love with when it came to the GameCube was Battalion Wars, which is something that I continued after the Wii with Battalion Wars 2. I got my Wii late. Wasn't anywhere near like 2007. I got it towards the end of 2009. Well, I would say beginning of 2009. And I didn't really get to do much with it. And in terms of games that we own, it was more of a renting thing because I was all about the whole GameFly stuff. So to me, that was kind of good enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the one game that I did buy for it was what was it called? Deadly Creatures. And me being a big person of the creepy crawlies and spiders and scorpions and all that, arachnids in general, to have a game dedicated to that. I mean, the last game that I played where you played as a spider was on PlayStation. It was just called Spider. And it was very different. A very different kind of game. But this was more being on a realistic side, right? It was actually taking science and whatnot into account. So that's what intrigued me the most. And it was also by a company that sadly is no longer around anymore that I love so much. And that's THQ.
THQ was good.
Yeah. So, in general, most of my gaming life has been a memory, something special to me. So, yeah.
Cool.
Anyway, go Steve.
Well, I want to see what Mega's video game memories are first. If he has
You want
any.
to go last?
Yeah, I don't mind going last. Mega, what are your video game memories and stuff like that? Like of getting them or playing them or something? No, well, fondest, not like what are your early memories, just like the ones you really like.
What do I like? The ones that I like. You're funny, Steve.
I didn't say the ones you play the best.
I mean, I hate everything.
sad.
Days.
That's
I hate
sad.
everything. I mean, every single game I come across, I either break it or I hate it to pieces. So, I'm actually gonna
That's a
say
memory within
some
itself.
things. Until I became 17, I wasn't an actual, gamer. I was like a normal person until I was 17.
You know, I went
And then-
outside, did drugs, all that stuff.
I'll be right back, Steve. You have to go first.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
Take used to his pops.
I'm just loving all this music I hear in my ear, which you guys don't.
Yeah, I was about to say, I saw in the chat music. I'm like, what music?
Yeah, well, I won't be able to hear it at the moment.
I'm playing World of Final Fantasy right now while we speaking.
Well,
I mean, I was using SFM for a little bit, but now I'm just playing COD, so.
well, mine's Shinobi 3, so it's like all I'm getting is sort of deafened by it. Because I have to put it quite high for it to not do it, but it's sort of drowning you guys out. But yes, my video game memories. I mainly have 2 or 3. One of my first,
Just to.
one of my favorite video game memories is probably the Pokemon one,
Oh.
and that is, I remember when Pokemon came out, and I was there saying to my dad, I went, I really want the games. I really want Pokemon Blue. And he says, why? Why blue, not red? And I says, because no, I like blue. It was my favorite color at the time. Now my favorite color is pink. But yeah, it was blue, and he was saying, okay, fair enough, I'll get me blue. But then he said he probably wouldn't be able to get it me. I was like, oh, fair enough. And then one day, when I was coming home, my mum picked me up from school, because I was still 5 at the time. She says, oh, you've got some from your dad today. I went, okay, fair enough. I'm sure it's probably something you've been wanting. So, walking home, and I still have that vivid memory of walking into my mum's living room, she still lives there, and seeing the Pokemon Blue, like, in box, on the mantelpiece. And she went, that's for you. I remember just running to it thinking it was the best thing ever. I don't remember much of playing the game at the start, like early memories of it. I just remember how I got it like that, and then turned to my mum and go, where's my Game Boy? She went, oh, I accidentally threw it out the other day. And because it was before bin day, I went into the bin and looked around and I found it, my Game Boy Pocket, and then put batteries in it and played it. And I do remember seeing Professor Oak on the loading where you pick your characters and stuff. I do remember seeing that. But yeah, that was a really fun memory of me of how I got Pokemon Blue, and just how much of a surprise it was. Because I just thought I wasn't going to get it. Well, because everyone else was playing it at the time in the school ground, so.
Yeah. In general, though, Pokemon has a really strong connection with me because I grew up with that series, but it also helped that my mom, my dad was also into that, so it wasn't just me, like unlike with Sonic, where it's just me that's into the games and whatnot. With Pokemon, it was pretty much everybody in my household at the time that was into it. We were all, part of the craze and whatnot. And with me, it started with the DS games, actually. Pokemon Diamond and whatnot. Mine started with those, and it was a good time because, at the time, unfortunately, it was just me that had a DS. But eventually, my dad, he lied to me on this. Said, "Hey, I got your sister a DS, so you two could play Pokemon." Now, my sister was 6 at the time. I'm like, Dad, my sister cannot play Pokemon. This is for you, isn't it? He's like, yes. And my dad was a big cheater with this too, because we had a little competition at the time too, with Pokemon Diamond. He challenged me. He went, "Moy, I wonder how fast you can beat the game." I'm like, "Well, it's Pokemon. I kind of want to take my time with it." And he's like, "Okay, fine, that's okay." And when I told him, "Okay, so I think I might be close to beating the game," you know what he did? He put me on punishment, didn't let me use my DS for about a week, so he could catch up and beat the game.
Oh man, that's wrong.
It's pretty funny though.
I still remind him about that to this day, and he's like, "Yeah, I do remember that." He's like, "Yeah, I bet you do, don't you?" But yeah, Pokemon and me just, real strong connection there because I fucking love the series. Nowadays, I'm not as attached to it as I used to be because, there's just too many damn there's too many damn Pokemon now.
Yeah, don't worry, I have the same feeling. I very
Yeah.
strong connection to it, but I'm not going out all the time to try and get Sun and Moon. I'll get it, but I'm not pining for it, if you know what I mean. The only
See,
ones...
right now, I'm in a situation where I'm a broke boy, so I couldn't get the new Pokemon games. So I was just like, oh,
I can
like
get it.
Pokemon is like up there with like Final Fantasy with me. It's above Final Fantasy kinda, because I put more hours into Pokemon than I have Final Fantasy. Like especially when I got Pokemon Black, is like that's
Black
my
2,
favorite.
Pokemon Black 2, Pokemon Black 2. Yeah.
Like
I got Black, yeah.
Black and just Gen 5 in general was like the best generation for me.
Yes, I will agree with you on that. Gen 5 is one of the best.
First 3 weeks of the game, I put in 121 hours. How I managed to do that, I don't know. But I put in 121 hours within the first 3 weeks alone.
Same.
Like, that got me absorbed into Pokemon.
Same.
Yeah,
My
I will say that Gen 5 is definitely the height of the Pokemon franchise. Nowadays, it's more into like a small little recline because I don't think Pokemon does.
I wouldn't say it was the
3D.
height. It was the second height, in my opinion. There's two heights.
Oh well, the original trilogy being the first, mind you.
No, I always thought, for me, it goes, the original trilogy was good, and then Gold, Silver, and Crystal was, like, even like, better.
I was about to say-
It has to be Gold, Silver, and Crystal has to be like when it hit its second peak. Because during the fourth, like during the fourth gen when I'm making the remakes, I remember they were pushing that. They were really pushing the.
Yeah,
I
I went out to get
like
Heart
10 years
Gold
ago?
the day it came out. I went to
like-
get Heart Gold. I love Heart Gold. It's great.
I
Yeah,
think
Heart Gold
they
is
put the
amazing.
most effort into those remakes. I think they put the most effort into
Yeah,
those
I just
remakes
wish they'd
out of all
put.
of the ones they've
There's
had.
some things in Heart Gold and Soul Silver which I'd love for them to bring back, and that's the Pokemon following you. Why can't they bring that back?
Pokemon following you and being able to go to other regions.
Yeah. I think that's what the best thing about Gold and Silver and Crystal was, is the fact like, oh, you've got this new game, you can do this new game, and then when you went through half, they never advertised it, but then when you got halfway and beat the league, you thought, oh, it's fair enough, it's the end. It's like, no, go back to the league from the previous game. And it was like, oh my god.
It was pretty cool.
And then fight
But
yourself
in
from the
other words,
previous game as well.
Yeah, I always did like that you could fight yourself, which is, just train a red really badass team. But in general, I just think that Pokemon took a hit when they started going 3D on the main series titles. It felt very.
The thing is, they push. I love X and Y. Don't get me wrong.
X and Y is good.
X and Y is
It's
good.
just
I
that-
just think it was very tailored to Gen 1ers. Especially with like the first like forest is
That's
basically
what it
just
was.
Viridian
That's
Forest. And then they're going, hey, you
Yeah.
can have Bulbasaur,
One thing I
Squirtle, and
wanted to-
Charmander straight away.
That's the one thing about X and Y I didn't like, but at the same time I liked it at the same time. They were pandering, but I still wanted the extra, starter. So I was just like, I'm not gonna complain here. But like X and Y, I dropped a lot of time in that game, not because of the gameplay, but because of the clothes. I tried to get every single article of clothing in that
Yeah, I know,
game.
trying to get that girl all the hats that took fucking the piss.
Oh my lord! Like I think I was the most fabulous trainer in that game. Period, man. I was saucing in that game. It's like I'm making a fashion statement, guys. Look at me, y'all look like scrubs. I look like the goat. Oh my god.
But yeah, I
But
always
yeah,
think,
in general, just Pokemon is amazing for me.
Pokemon is
nowadays,
amazing.
I don't look at it the same way, but it's just.
I
one of
do
those
think
games
it
that
has had
I
two
won't really
peaks
give them
though.
apart.
It sort of like went from blue, red, and yellow, and then went a bit better with Gold and Silver Crystal because it was a full color and everything like that, and it was just that much more of a good game. And then Gen 3 it dipped.
Yeah, Gen 3. People like to praise Gen 3 a whole lot. I don't really.
That's
find
when
any
I
appeal
left.
To it.
I left and came back
See, the
with Diamond and Pearl.
See what Gen 3 is? I felt like they tried to shift the focus to the story, but for me it didn't personally work. Until Gen 5. Gen 5, when they took the focus on the story, it was a whole new playing field, my boy. Like they were like, you gotta. They made you fight the Elite Four, all right, and told you, nah, this doesn't matter. You think you fighting the Elite Four, and then like homeboy end comes down on the legendary. He's riding a legendary, mind you, riding a legendary. Yeah. It just tells you. Oh, you thought you were gonna fight the Elite Four? Nah, fam. Right after that, you gotta go back through the game. You come back to the Elite Four, and they're all like 20 levels higher.
For Jamaica. Yeah. One thing I want to say, because you're all Pokemon out, right?
I'm sorry.
He's free. No, it's fine. It's fine. On my end, I did like Pokemon, right? As a kid, I got into Pokemon when I was living in Germany. I could watch the show on the Eurobox. I wanted to get cards. That was the first thing, was the cards. And then from there, yes, Mega, we know you're back. Sheesh. you don't have to spam it. All right. I'm going to be quick on this one. But anyway, so... my only Pokemon game I ever owned, okay, was Yellow, and I had.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I had the special edition, Game Boy Color. That was all. There was the yellow theme and everything. It was all themed Pokemon. I remember it had Pikachu on it. It had Jigglypuff and what was the other one? I think it was. Bulbasaur and Charmander was on the back or something like that. And that's where, like, the only game I ever had for Pokemon. The thing that started to ease me off of it, like, I never really ever saw anything, like, against the game side, right? I enjoyed seeing what was happening until it just started to feel like it was now milking things,
Yeah,
that's wasn't like
that's a lot of the same reason as to why a lot of
innovate,
people don't
right?
look at Pokemon the same way nowadays, because they feel like they're just milking the series.
Yeah.
But in reality, when you think about it, though, like a new Pokemon game in itself only comes out like, once every 3 or 4 years. They just release a remake in between there. That's why it feels like they're milking it. Like we're on the game. All right, the series came out in Japan 95. All right, we're in 2017, so it's this.
I thought it came out in 96. Red and Green came out in 96.
My bad, 96. 96. My bad, 96. I just thought about that. 96.
And then they brought out Blue, didn't they? They brought out Blue afterwards in 97.
So 96, all right, the series comes out, all right. It's 2017, 26 years after that. They've only had 7 generations. So they've only had 7 initial launches of a title since then. People don't think of it like that. They think, because they're new Pokemon, they're automatically milking it. Them having over 700 Pokemon, at this point is, not anything wild. Thinking about how the first game had 151.
Yeah.
And we're up to almost 700 something now. We're on almost the 8th generation of Pokemon. That's the issue I have. People don't look at it in the perspective of the amount of time. That's like people saying Nintendo. Nintendo kind of has milked Mario as a franchise, but it's as far as initial game launches, as major game launches, it only has 1 or 2 every 3 or 4 years. Especially when it comes to the 3D Mario games.
I think that, with Mario and the whole 2D stuff, Nintendo is too afraid to step out of their comfort zone, and they never try anything different with 2D Mario. With 3D Mario, like with Odyssey and whatnot, they're trying something different there, and I can applaud them for that. But with 2D Mario, they're just not trying anything different.
Well, it's one of those. If it's not broke, don't fix it kind of thing.
I guess, but it's
that's what I believe it is.
But it's like when you're like Sonic and you're trying stuff every single time. It makes it seem like Sega's very experimental, but at the same time, it also kind of makes it seem as if Sega's not sure of what to stick with. Yeah, it's both a good thing and a bad thing.
It's a good thing and a bad thing, but I always think it takes away substance from like how the original ones were. This is why mainly seems like a nice refreshment, because it just seems to be like, hey, Sonic 4, what really should have been. So.
Yeah, I still don't get why there are people complaining, saying, "Ugh, another classic 2D, another
No,
classic."
no. Actually, let me make this point. Let me make this point. People are saying, "Oh, Sega is shoving classic Sonic down our throat." Oh, classic Sonic forces his way into another, modern Sonic game. I was like, classic Sonic has only been in one modern Sonic game. He's only been in Generations. Do you know how stupid you sound? Do you know how stupid you act? I'm like, I can understand, saying, oh, I don't like that he's in here in Mania, but people are like, oh my god, classic Sonic is in another modern Sonic game. This game's gonna be trash. I'm like, hello, what are you doing? Are you wild?
Yeah. Like, where were you?
Are there other Sonic games that I don't know about that have classic Sonic and modern Sonic in it?
Sonic Runners.
That doesn't count. That's not a main. That doesn't count.
But yeah, it's stupid of people to go and say, "Oh, another classic game, another classic Sonic game." Another modern Sonic game where classic is in there. It's just like, what other classic Sonic game? Well, what other modern game was classic in?
Yeah.
It's
all right,
ridiculous.
I didn't get to finish what I was saying because I went right back over to Pokemon. But what I was trying to get at is I really didn't I liked Pokemon. Don't get me wrong, I really liked Pokemon. Hell, I wanted to call my brother when he was on the verge of being born. I wanted to call him. I was like, let's name him Pikachu. Yes, I was that dumb.
I was that kid as well. No worries.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, I want to name him Pikachu. I'm glad that never happened. But
Don't worry, we had a cat called Sonic. Mainly because they went, you get to name it, and when I first came in contact with this cat, it legged it out of the room. I went, Sonic.
But yeah. So after that, though, when I discovered Digimon, that's where my almost on an instant, really, Pokemon almost didn't even exist to me anymore, right? And I just hopped on over to Digimon, and to be honest, I've never really looked back. While Digimon doesn't have as much content anymore, it doesn't do as much on terms of games or the show and stuff
I think
like
it was
that.
more. I think with Digimon, it was more the appeal that these things are like Pokemon, except they can talk.
But, yeah, and well, I'm gonna say this like I just got Cyber Sleuth, Digimon Cyber Sleuth the game. I think what Digimon's trying to do and what they've tried to do at the beginning is they took a more mature and serious approach, because Pokemon had in the first 100 or so episodes of
it was for dumb
anime,
kids.
It was serious. Well, I'm gonna say this: the original Pokemon, the first season, say for instance, that there were a lot of mature themes throughout.
There was.
After the original director and writer died, it started winning off that, and they started coming back to the more mature themes with Pokemon X and Y, the anime. But Digimon over its entirety has taken more of a mature approach, for the better or for the worse. I can say that it hasn't really always worked out, and even then it still has stuff that appeals to kids.
But hey, it still made you want to go out and buy Digivice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Still got my
Definitely.
D4.
Man, I wish I still had mine.
Oh, the blue and white
I
one
even had the
for
Digitech.
David.
Hey,
I had the Digitech.
hate to leave on such a short notice, but I'm gonna have to go.
Oh, okay, Ozzy.
See ya, man.
Alright, yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Maybe next time.
Alright, well.
I really did enjoy being here with you guys, though.
Oh, cool.
It was nice chat. I like having conversations like this. It's really nice.
Cool.
But anyways, I'll see you guys around. Bye.
Alright then. Bye, Ozzy.
See you later, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh man, I'm getting faded in World of Final Fantasy.
I really want to get World of Final Fantasy.
It's really
It
good game, I'm
it
telling you
looks
right now.
it looks as melodramatic as I want it to be. It's not too melodramatic. It's just very cheesy.
Oh yeah, it's there's a lot of cheese. I can say that indefinitely. Like there's a lot of cheese.
I wasn't really up for it when I first saw it. No, like that first showing, because mainly they showed Final Fantasy VII remake straight after it and blew it away. But when I first saw it, I thought I want it. But then when I saw someone playing it and they had the Cactua Conductor, I was like, I need this.
Oh yeah, the Cactuar Conductor.
Yeah, Cactua. Yeah.
That man, he when I looked at him, see, like I played the game. He's like, he said, "Pull my needles." I was like, "Oh no, sir."
But yeah,
I'm gonna run away. I'm about to get baited.
with Pokemon, I do think it has had two heights, and that is basically Gen 1, Gen 2. That was the first height. And then it went down for Gen 3, and then Gen 4 and 5 was the second height. And then it seemed to sort of come back with X and Y, but not as high.
I think it plateaued for a minute.
Yeah, it plateaued.
And then like the Omega Red and Alpha Sapphire caused a little dip, and then Sun and Moon just shot everything back up. Because I'm gonna tell you like this, those are probably, like, from what I know, Sun and Moon has been held as like the best game in the series. I gotta play it. I need it.
Yeah, I need to play it as well. It's just I did like, this is really weird because I really didn't like Sapphire, because I got Sapphire originally, and I really didn't like it. I was like, it's okay, but I really like Alpha Sapphire. Alpha Sapphire, I love a hell of a lot more than the original. It just seems better presented, and it's very abridged, the story, compared to the original. So yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to. My second gaming memory. This will probably, I don't know if it'll hit with you, Shadik, but it's a Final Fantasy memory, and it is the fact that when I was 5, so around the same time as when Pokemon came out as well, or around 5 or 6, in 1997 to 1998, my cousin, who was older than me, named Adam, he got Final Fantasy VII, and apparently he played through it and he beat it and all that stuff, and he was telling me about it when we used to see each other on Saturdays at my grandmother's house. And I remember just saying to him, I said, "Oh, can you spend the night, the weekend with us, well, the night really, because it was Saturday night, Sunday, can you spend it?" And he did. He chose to spend it. And what happened is he went and got his dad to go get his copy of Final Fantasy VII and his memory card, and came back to ours, and we started playing Final Fantasy VII as soon as we got back about midday. Mega is only 8 minutes. Shut up, Mega.
Mega hasn't even spoken.
Yeah, I know. Well, you can go, Mega, if you want. You can go, Mega. I can retell it.
I have to go because I have to go in 8 minutes, so I have to say something.
Yeah.
So, first gaming memory. Let's see. The original Xbox, which for some reason isn't the Xbox One, but whatever. Stupid names, in my opinion.
Yeah.
PlayStation 1 as well. There was a zombie game, and there was 2 CDs of the same game. But one CD you would play as a woman, and another CD you'd play as a cop. And basically you just shoot down zombies through this town. I can't remember the name of it.
Raccoon City.
It's probably that.
It's that you're talking about Resident Evil 2.
Is it that?
Yeah, Resident Evil 2. Disc 1 you'd play as, is it Jill or Claire? And disc 2 you'd be Leon.
No, you play Claire Redfield.
Yeah, you play Claire, because in 3 you play Jill. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow, there you go. I didn't realize that. Oh, yeah, shit, it is. Yeah. I didn't realize I played Resident Evil. There you go. You learn something every day. So yeah, I played Resident Evil 2. That was one of my first memories. Also, back in the day, and I realize now what game it is now, but that I used to play at a friend's house as this guy in a green soldier-looking RoboCop suit, which turned out to be Halo or some shit, whatnot.
Yeah.
That was cool. Killing people, yeah. And then eventually I got a PlayStation 2, which was my first console. I played Sonic Heroes on it and the Italian Job. By the way, when I played Sonic Heroes, I didn't take much notice back then. You know, I wasn't a gamer.
Right.
So I thought Sonic Heroes was just another knockoff game or some shit. Because you know how many games come and go, and it's like the one and only game of that franchise.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize there was games before that and all that, and I love stuff like the Italian Job because I like racing games. I like playing
Formula
One games which come out every year. Well, which in this case was F1 2006. I don't know if you've played that ever, Steve.
1. Yeah, I played that one, yeah.
But this was a special one because it's literally called Formula 1 2006, the Tiago Monteiro edition. Because, you know, Portuguese driver, big hero, came third out of 6 cars for some reason, and blah blah blah. So then, moving on, got Game Boy Advance. Got no notable games. There was nothing that came out that I noticed. I did play Super Mario Land on it because my mum, for some reason, had a Game Boy, original Game Boy, and had stuff like Tetris and all that, which I inherited. So I played them. So then, fast forward a few years to 2009, got a DS, Mario Kart DS, blah 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 blah, nothing special. 2014. Oh boy. So I was working under a multimedia course at school, right? And then my friend came along and gave me a birthday present because he forgot, and it was like 6 months after my birthday. He gave me this birthday present, and it turned out to be a game called Sonic Advance, which I played, but you know I couldn't do the last boss, so I decided to go and search it up and all that, and then I put 2 and 2 together, and I'm like, oh, Sonic Advance, oh, Sonic Heroes, oh yeah, there must be a thing now. And then I decided to look up tutorials, and you know, got introduced more and more into the Sonic franchise, and that's when I started playing games more. Doesn't mean I like any of them, but that doesn't matter. And yeah, eventually I decided to. I don't know. It's a strange one because I consider myself to be a Sonic fan.
But you've hardly
Even
scratched the
though-
surface.
Here's the thing. I don't play them often. Sonic games. I don't. I mean, you can ask Zealous on half the amount of times I say how much I hate the game I'm currently playing at that time.
You're like Zealous. Add this game onto the games the game.
Yeah, add it
I hate.
onto the hate list. I hate this one as well.
And I'm like, okay, give me a moment. All right, it's on there.
I mean, I'd start playing Sonic Heroes, for example, and then by the second zone, I'm already telling Zals, I fucking hate this game already. I hate it. And then when I finish playing with it, it's okay again. Oh god, let me think. What was the other game that Sonic Advance 3 fucking sucked my balls because it ruined what Sonic Advance 2 had, in my opinion. Sonic 06, I cannot wait to play that. Everybody wants me to play it for some reason. Shari, can you please tell me why?
So you are what?
Everybody is saying, "Oh, I cannot wait till you get an Xbox and a capture card to play Sonic 06 and do a Let's Play on it." That'll be the best.
People like to watch people suffer.
I mean,
Just get a. I'm gonna tell you like this. Get a PS3 because the games are usually cheaper.
Yeah, they
After a
are.
while,
It's
'cause,
good.
Like,
It's good
there's
time
an
to
influx
collect.
of people buying. Go ahead. My bad.
I mean,
no,
I
it's
mean,
a
I
good
hate.
time to collect.
I mean, I hate Sonic Heroes at the best of times half the time, and that's my that's my favorite Sonic game. So.
See, you're gonna get to the ball part, and then you're gonna say Shattuck was right about everything in 06.
No,
That's
no,
what's
no,
gonna
no,
happen.
no. You are absolutely terrible at shooting that ball. You couldn't even shoot in a straight line. Like, I don't, like you're not.
You're not on about the
even-
ball in Silver's level, are you?
Yeah, I'm talking about that.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking terrible. Yeah, you can't aim it for shit.
You're not even my water boy anymore, Shattuck, on my team.
I mean, like that's like nobody can aim that. That's disgusting. It's disgusting. Honestly.
Well, given how I always aim balls,
I'm Mega. I stood right in front of the ball, looked at it straight, and it still went like left and right.
yeah, but it was moving at the same time.
No. I'm talking about when it was standing still. I walked up to it, hit it straight, and it went sideways.
I mean, half an hour, Shattuck.
I mean,
What kind of a
15
person wastes half an hour of their life playing with balls that clearly cannot be won?
I won. So at the end of the
I always
day,
get to the very end and just use the glitch of
You
the door.
even tried to.
I was trying to use the glitch, but I didn't. No, they weren't explaining it correctly. I'm gonna look into. I was gonna look into it on a video or something, but I didn't feel like doing that. I felt like completing it about the ball.
Anyway,
Like my mic started cutting out and stuff too. It was beautiful, beautiful.
Let Mega finish. Let Mega finish.
anyway, so
Couple minutes.
the one part of the Sonic franchise I do like, stuff like fan games, because for some reason I play games that have 20-30 beta testers, and yet within like the first run it glitches the fuck out and shit like that, and no, I don't think any fan game developers want me. And
It's okay. It's
No,
cool.
they need you.
I know that there's people like Overbound who saw my talent, as you call it. I mean, I went through the walls in his game, for God's sake, in the first run. So
I didn't even accomplish that.
yeah, I mean, I'm like you had like 2 lines worth of stuff, put on paper. I had like 3 pages worth of logging, the wall 30 seconds in, it's trash, go away, delete it, kill yourself. The bosses are too hard.
Lower
Hate
that.
Sonic
Lower
bosses.
it. Lower it because it's too hard to reach. Shut up, man.
That's what. Yeah, I did that actually.
You
I did that.
yeah.
Zal's can tell you that.
And then
actually.
I was talking with him too on Twitter, and I was saying that like, don't lower it. Don't lower
Yeah,
it.
and I was like, please lower it.
No.
Like,
all
like don't listen to Zals. He knows absolutely fucking
Because
shit.
I want a boss finally that requires precision again.
I want a boss
know.
that you can actually defeat properly without worrying about losing.
Oh, yeah, you're
rings
gonna
that
bring
you
up
can't get
your
back.
favorite fan game, Zealous here, about precision.
Oh,
Sorry,
Eggman,
what?
Eggman hates furs.
Yeah.
Oh,
the things
Oh,
you
that
hit in certain places.
That requires so much. That requires so much hand-eye coordination.
Fuck that
and
game.
reactive
React.
gameplay. You have to time and react on the dot, or else you're just gonna die. The fact that the game itself has a no rings option, I have yet to attempt to try, because while I'm very good at it for the most part, I would have to put in a solid, probably week of just non-stop Eggman hates furs before I even try to jump in and say, I'm gonna go no rings. I know for I don't even think that there's anybody even on YouTube that has recorded them going through it no rings. So if I can accomplish that sometime in the future, damn right, I am going to record that shit. Hell, I might even stream it.
Hell, man.
I might even stream it because that'll probably be the biggest glory moment that I have ever had.
The thing is,
If I can beat that game without rings.
the thing is, for me, there is still hope because I don't hate every single Sonic game that I've seen. I don't hate Sonic Forces and I don't hate Sonic Mania.
You haven't even played them.
Exactly.
You don't have much love for
That's
Mania,
the
though,
only-
I know that.
I like Mania. I fuck all those who say it's a rehash.
No, I
And
d-
fuck all those who say Classic Sonic is bad for the game because he has his own game. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
I know Shadik said this before, but it pisses me off.
Classic Sonic is its own style. He can come
I mean,
anywhere.
here's the thing: why are people not putting two and two together and saying, "Oh, this ain't a modern Sonic game. It's a," because they have two categories only: a classic Sonic game and a modern Sonic game. And yet, when they should have like a different category altogether, like classic modern, for example. That seems to be the new era of.
Or past future team up.
Exactly. Retro future. Stuff like that.
Wing Wang Ding Dong.
Yeah.
Was the one.
No.
But anyway, let's because Mega's about to literally drop probably.
Yeah.
So I guess you might want to just say your P's and Q's before going, Mega.
Sonic Forces it absolutely sucks because the Wisps are there. Why the fuck is Classic Sonic there? He should have his own game. The boost is absolutely terrible despite only seeing 30 seconds of the game. And the music, why the fuck does it not have vocals despite it being just a demo that clearly says oh wait, I'm just reading 12-year-old comments here. I can't wait for future games.
See, I always
In all
call
seriousness-
the Sonic Generations game a duality game because it's not two things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not a modern game. It's not a modern Sonic game. Sonic Forces.
No, the last proper modern was Colors, probably. You can say that.
Lost World.
Yeah, Lost
I'll
World,
go
yeah.
for myself now.
Yeah, Lost World fits.
No, Sonic Runners. Oh no, wait, that has classic Sonic. No, that's a dual. Oh no, wait, Tails is in there. Why the fuck is he there? A threesome. No, some Knuckles is in there as well.
That's an OG game.
Yeah, it's a gangbang. It's a gangbang.
No, wasn't it? They had for Halloween. They had an event for Amy, and Amy was in this really like scantily clad kind of outfit in Runners. I'm just like, wait, what?
But yeah, I'll say my final video game memory anyway. And it's not Sonic related. None of my memories seem to be Sonic related, which is very strange. But yeah, my second major one was very vivid to me still, is the Final Fantasy one, which is, yeah, my cousin came to mine. And then he brought Final Fantasy 7 with him and played it in front of me. But it wasn't like I was no one in Bright Kids, it was like, oh, I want to play, let me play, I'll play it better than you, blah, 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 and then suck in. It's literally, he played it in front of me, showing me the game of Final Fantasy 7, and I always think it's very silly. I'm like, oh, you only showed me a little bit. No, literally, because we snuck down at night afterwards, when we should have been sleeping, we snuck down to play it more, that he played the entire game in front of me that weekend. And I sat there and just watched him in silence because we were not supposed to be downstairs, so we were in silence. But yeah, he played the entire game in front of me, showing me what where you're going, where everything like that, and all the way from the start to the very end. So that was technically like the first Let's Play I ever watched when I was 5. So yeah, I watched in front of it and I learnt a lot of stuff because when eventually he left, he gave it to me and says, "Here, you can play it." And took his memory card so he can do whatever. So I had to get my dad to get me a memory card. I needed that sweet 8 megs. So
All right, guys, I gotta go.
yeah.
All right, man.
Peace.
Alright,
Kiss,
man.
kiss.
All right.
But yeah, that's one of my favorite memories is just watching my cousin play Final Fantasy VII in front of me, and that's what got me into it.
That's cool.
That is actually like I got into Final Fantasy because of spin-offs. Like the main games, like I liked them, but like what pulled me in was actually Crystal Chronicles. Like,
Crystal Chronicles
like,
was
actually
good.
like pulled. Like, and then after that, I got 3 and 4 on DS.
I got 4 on DS.
and
Yeah, 4 was
those
pretty
really-
good on DS. I didn't get 3. I
That
got 4.
really pulled me in.
You like-
4 on DS is the hardest iteration of the game,
yeah,
actually, which
You-
I didn't know.
you like your 3.
Not 3.
yeah.
3, I delved a lot into 3 because like I was actually able to, get to the end of the game. I'm like, 4.
See, the next Square game I actually played after 7 was Ergies, whatever, and that I enjoyed that, and then I played a bit of 9, and then the one after went to that was Chrono Trigger, and then I played the others just later down the line.
I got into Final Fantasy around the same time I got into Kingdom Hearts.
Oh no,
Like
mine
Kingdom
was a bit
Hearts
earlier
taught
than
me
that.
way more than Final Fantasy though. Like Kingdom Hearts, like what is it? The first time I had played Kingdom Hearts was Kingdom Hearts 1. I was at my friend Brian's house, and bro, I was lost in the sauce. I did not know what was happening. Like all I saw was him swinging the key and killing stuff, and I was just like, "Ooh, what is this game?" It's like, can I borrow it? Can I have it? Because I remember he was moving to Georgia, and he was just like, "I'll let you guys have something of mine before we go." And it was like he had Shadow the Hedgehog, and he was like, he had Kingdom Hearts. I was like, "Bro, you should just let me have it." I was lost in the sauce. I never had like Shadow the Hedgehog amazed me because like graphically it was one of the prettiest Sonic. It was technically the prettiest Sonic game at the time because this is before 06 came out.
Yeah. Still
And
back
we
when it
were,
was
like,
shiny
getting
Sonic.
hyped for the next gen. Yeah, shiny Sonic. Everything was shiny, but like as a kid, that looked cool because everything around him was blowing up, so it didn't matter at the time that he was super shiny. It looked better than Hero, so it was a throw.
Yeah, I really like the chaos meters in that game. That was always a nice little thing. You know,
So like all this stuff was happening in Shadow the Hedgehog, and then he showed me Kingdom Hearts. Like I was amazed.
yeah, it's pretty good. What like a game what's like stylistically instead of going for graphically, it's going for style. How much graphically it can look slightly better. It's quite good.
Like what is it? Kingdom Hearts has lasted the test of time because the ports are literally they just upscale everything. I don't know how like the games lasted this long. The only thing that looks kind of retarded on the models is the hands.
Yeah, well, it's like with Sonic Adventure, the hands always look fucking weird. But what do you call it? Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. I did play the first one a bit. I didn't play the second one or following. I played the one on the DS. That was good. Was it the 136 days?
358 over.
Yeah,
358 over 2 days.
Yeah, over 2 days. Yeah. So I remember playing that and enjoying that one, but I only played a bit the first one. I just got really bored fast. I remember just getting to the Alice world and just being like, "Fuck this game anymore."
The first one I gotta say is like in terms of like aging, it's aged a bit, but like the remasters fix a lot of the stuff that made it age. It was a lot of the going through the menus and stuff. Like I can't really play like the original version of the first one Like I have to play an HD remaster of it.
Well, there's no remake at that point. But it's my friend was like, "Oh, you should play it. I'll lend it to you." Oh, it kicks in really straight away, and I'm there thinking, I'm like on the beach with everyone, I'm thinking, what the fuck am I doing? And then walking around the city, and I meet like the fucking, was it Yuffie's there, isn't she? Oh, I know her. And then Tifa and shit, and then it's like, oh, why can't? And then I got bored, and I was like, fuck this shit. I don't know. I just got bored very quickly, mainly because my friend was like, oh, it kicks in straight away, and it's like, for me, it never kicked in.
See, he must have been like right after Traverse Town, because like that's when that game actually starts picking up. Like right at the end of that, because you get a boss. Once you start getting the actual bosses, it starts picking up. But like the game, it's one of those. Since the game came out 2003, the game was one of those. It was first. It was the first. It was experimental. You can tell they were trying to do things.
I do think I've seen footage of 2, and 2 seems a bit more polished for how everything works and the pacing.
Oh, that game is fast. That game is fast. I'm gonna tell you right now, that game is fast. It has a 2-hour tutorial, but the game is fast. it suffers from a 2-hour tutorial, like the first game did. I don't know why they decided.
Oh yeah, I
to
did
do
feel
that,
like it took ages. Yeah.
But otherwise, like the game, like after that is you go to the world, you start mashing X, go to the next world, start mashing X, start having some fun.
But yeah, I like the fact that Cloud's in number 2 as well. Even though he's like a vampire. I still, that's one thing about Crisis Core I fucking hated. It was basically like, oh well, Sephiroth had he was the one-winged angel, that's what his song was, let's make everyone one-winged angels. And I was like, oh. That's one thing I hated about Crisis Core. Just fucking Angel and Genesis suddenly just getting wings. It's like, what the fuck? That's why.
Like he wasn't the only one.
Yeah, I thought it was like he was that evil that he transcended, not like, oh shit, when you're near death you just suddenly grow wings.
But at least like with Sephiroth, it kind of was just like, oh, he's a god.
Yeah, that's the point. It was
supposed because like
it was to show you he's transcended past mortal form. That's the whole emphasis.
Eventually ascended to the true one-winged angel.
I remember when I finally figured out that the Sephiroth you chase throughout most of the first disc is Genova. It's the clone.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a clone of Genova, but you know what I mean. It's Genova shapeshifted. I remember figuring that out and thinking, what? And then thinking back when I finished the game. So technically, you only fight Sephiroth at the end of the game. Technically, you never follow him and see him until the very end. Well, when you give him the black material, you see him. But can't wait to see what that looks like in the remake. The remake looks lit, man. Tight. I like the idea that
your third memory. Don't forget Steve. Your third memory. Don't forget Steve. That's what Zella said.
Am I full of memory?
Yeah, you said. You brought up 1 and 2.
Yeah, my third memory. I'm trying to think. I had it earlier. Third memory was. Oh, what was it? It's not as impactful as the other 2. Obviously, that's what I forgot it. But yeah, I'll probably remember it sometime afterwards. But I can't remember at the moment. I do have one question for you guys though. Don't you hate it when your mind eye like up-reses the graphics of old games in your mind?
And then you go back and play it and they look like trash.
Yeah, it happened to me a few years back when I think it was during the PS3 era, and I went, oh, Tomb Raider, oh, that looks great, and I'm thinking of it and thinking, oh, it looks the best, and then I played it and thought, fuck, how blocky is this?
Still had really gut-wrenching deaths though. That's
yeah, I know. But have you ever looked at like the actual model of Lara Croft? Because I remember looking at a model of Lara Croft on like Blender, and just thinking this was like the woman, the sexiest woman of 1994. well, 1995 when it came out. It's like this was a sex symbol. I'm looking at it thinking, oh, it looks gross. Mainly probably
Square
'cause-
titties, man.
yeah, but you sort of back of the face more at the time, isn't you? So yeah. But yeah, the first game's good, second game's good, and the third game's good, and too bad the fourth and fifth game was shite. I don't like the new ones.
I like Legends, and I like.
Oh,
Anniversary.
Legends was okay. Legends and Anniversary and Underworld was good. They weren't great, but they were good.
Yeah. They weren't great, but they were good. But that was, I mean, I
think they have a better Tomb
like
Raider
the
feel than the
reboot.
new ones.
Well, they're trying to not make her seem so, you know, I guess Julie Sue.
Julie.
Mary Sue, I mean, sorry, Mary Sue. Fuck, Mary Sue.
I
Damn
mean,
it,
they're
Peppers.
just
Ah.
trying to make her more relatable in the newer games.
Yeah, I know, but that's really
They're
weird
trying to make
because
her
in
more
the
relatable
original she was like the badass, like Indiana Jones, just like the person.
Yeah,
she
yeah,
just
but
went
she wasn't
on
relatable.
adventures. Yeah, she just went on
She
adventures.
wasn't relatable
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You want
Yeah.
escapism. You wanna feel like you're her, not. Oh, she's like me. She goes to a coffee shop. Ho ho ho.
I mean, that's not
But-
necessarily the case with everything. Like, you can have relatable characters and the game still be good. Like, I
Yeah.
prefer
It's
more
finding a good-
relatable than.
It's finding a
Right.
good balance though.
Like, what they're doing now, though, and how much depth and focus on the character, along with the adventure, has honestly, after playing the first one, just Tomb Raider, and then with Rise of the Tomb Raider. With Rise of the Tomb Raider, I have gotten right back into being I fucking love Lara Croft. The
Same.
character, not oh good looks. No, I never really cared about that as a kid either, right? It was the badass woman, the nice, the difference between the other things. It was a fresh, holy crap, you're playing a female protagonist.
Yeah, but
and
that was mainly because they were going to get sued
lay
by
waste
Universal in development.
to everything. Yeah.
They were going to get sued
But-
by Universal in development, so they changed it to a woman.
Yeah.
Because originally it was going to be like Indiana Jones. But I don't get it because
Alright, man.
Uncharted never had that problem. But
Shattuck's gotta go.
alright, man, Chadwick. Anyway, I'm going to end it soon anyway. So
Peace, man.
Yeah. Alright.
Couscous.
Take care, man. Enjoy your food. Oof. He's gone. So now,
what do we talk about? I'm still trying to think of my third memory, but I can't remember it.
it wasn't crash related.
No, it wasn't Crash related. Oh, that's it. I've remembered it. It's Dreamcast related. It's the fact that when I first when I first heard about the Dreamcast was when I went to go see Pokemon the movie. And in the cinema, it was held on the very top floor. It was that kind of no seating. It was on the top floor of this 3-level cinema, which is called Cineworld now. It used to be called Virgin Megaplex or something like that when I watched it. But when we came out at the top bit at the start, there was an arcade machine, and it was Sonic Adventure. I was like, oh, I like Sonic, blah blah. So I went home and played it. And underneath, you could see the Dreamcast in the box. I remember thinking, oh, this is the best, and playing it. I played through the first level, and then I went, like, Dad, put more money in. Now I played through a bit of Tales as a demo, because it was only a demo, wasn't it? And then I says, oh, I really love the Dreamcast, fair enough. And he was like, oh, fair enough, yeah. He says, he says, I'm glad you like it. I'm gonna go out after I drop you off. He's gonna drop me off back at home with my mom, and he's gonna go off somewhere. But okay. And he dropped me off at home. I just get back, do whatever, start drawing or whatever I do. I think I was playing with my Mega Drive or PlayStation. And he came back about an hour and a half later or 2 hours later, and he says, "Oh, I've just been seeing my friend Dean. I think it was Dean." And he came back and was like, "Hey, I've got you something as well." and he literally pulled out a Dreamcast out of a bag. He went, I bought it off him. It's his spare one. And then after he said he didn't want it anymore, and he has a few games, and it was already pre-done, pre-chipped or whatever, bootlegged.
Right.
And he literally put it down and went, oh, I got these games for you. And literally it showed me what to do and put the boot disc in, because apparently his friend showed him how to do it, put boot disc in. And these were blank discs, copied discs. So but it had boot written on that one. Put it on, and it started spinning and stuff like that. And we got the reindeer, this like, I still remember the like chrome reindeer. Then takes it out, puts in a blank disc, but I don't know what it says, and it then pops up 50 hertz or 60 hertz. Thinking, what's this? And then it's like Sonic Team, and he just goes, and then it boots up, and then it's like Sonic Adventure, and like, he's like, really? And like, yeah. It's like, oh, I've just been playing this at things. He says, yeah. He says his friend asked him the other day if he wanted it, but he didn't know if he was going to get it. But as soon as I went, yeah, oh, this thing's really good at the cinema, it convinced him to go buy it. So yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's how I got Sonic Adventure, and I've still got it to this day. I've got the copied version of Sonic Adventure, and I got a legit one what I bought a few years later because I got sick of using
I remember how you
boot
said,
disc.
I don't really got any Sonic memories. There's your Sonic memory.
Yeah. So yeah, I remember that. That was pretty good. I still remember it because the TV was at the other end of my mum's room.
That's cool.
It was like near the kitchen, which was weird.
For me, with the Dreamcast and why I want it so bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because was just the commercials. The commercials were just awesome. They made me want them so bad. And just seeing Tails and him, with Sonic and oh, so great, so great.
See,
I just loved the whole live action with the CG characters and whatnot with the commercials. I never saw that before until that.
I did embezzle that a slight bit because it wasn't that wasn't the first time I saw the Dreamcast. That was the first time I saw Sonic Adventure. That's what I meant to say. The first time I saw the Dreamcast, I think it was on a children's TV show, and it was on in the afternoon. And I came back from school. I was there with my dad, and I remember it was something to do with chariots. They were making a chariot something like that on this show, and they went, if you call in, you can win a Dreamcast. And I remember this was like 2 or 3 weeks prior, and then we didn't win, but then I think he bought off his friend once he heard about it. So
cool. That's cool.
Something to do with chariots, I know that. It was a guy with like no hair who was doing it. I think it was Fingertips, the program. So yeah. Fingertips. Yeah. But yeah, that's probably it. And so yeah, I think since we've gone on for an hour and a half, I just said we probably would do. This is the end of.
It says 2 hours.
No, I've got the full time here of hour and a half.
Okay.
I don't know if it's thing. It says 1 hour 37 minutes 29 seconds. But yeah, as of this point, episode 3 of Conversation Arcade has ended. I didn't think the memories section would last the entire episode. I thought it would just be a bit at the start, but apparently it lasted the entire time. So I'm very glad.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I'll have to try and think of a new one next week. But yeah, next week I don't know if it'll be Saturday or Sunday. I'll have to figure that out again. But yeah, this has been me, Steven, and Zealous is here, and this has been Conversation Arcade, episode 3 on the 26th of March 2017. Thanks for watching, whoever is or watching this recorded, because this does come out recorded 2 days after. So yes, good night and goodbye.
Good night. Adios, everyone.